Past Perfect English.
Listen, learn, and speak with confidence.
Hello, and welcome back to Past Perfect English. I'm really glad that you're here with me today. If you're listening right now, it means you've chosen to spend your time learning and improving your English. And that's something you should feel proud of. Here at Past Perfect English, we don't rush. We don't try to be perfect. We take English one step at a time, calmly and naturally. In this listening practice, you will hear clear, simple, real English. English that people actually use in everyday life. My goal is to help you understand more, feel more confident, and slowly begin to think in English. This podcast is made especially for English learners like you. Maybe you are learning English for your job, maybe for your studies, or maybe simply because you enjoy learning something new. Whatever your reason is, you are welcome here. Learning English is not always easy. Sometimes it feels slow. Sometimes it feels frustrating. And sometimes you may feel tired or unsure of yourself. But learning a language is a journey, and every time you listen, every time you practice, you are moving forward, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. In this podcast, we don't just practice listening. We also talk about real ideas, real life, and real experiences, because learning English becomes more meaningful when the topic makes you think and feel something. While you listen, you can relax. You don't need to understand every single word. You don't need to translate in your head. Just listen. Let the English come to you naturally. You can listen again later. You can pause and repeat. You can come back to this episode anytime you want. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and give yourself permission to learn at your own pace. This is Past Perfect English, where we listen, learn, and grow together. Now, when you're ready, let's begin today's topic. Let's begin with a simple sentence. Life is not the same for everyone. You may have heard this sentence before. It sounds easy, but it carries a very deep meaning. So let's take our time and understand it together. When we say life is not the same for everyone, we mean that every person in the world lives a different life. No two people have exactly the same experiences. No two people face the same challenges in the same way, even though we all live on the same planet. Our lives can be very different. People are born in different countries. They grow up in different families. They live in different homes. They have different chances, problems, and opportunities. Some people have an easy life in many ways. Others have a much harder life. Some people are born into rich families. They have money, safety, and many choices. Other people are born into poor families. They may struggle every day just to survive. This difference does not mean that one person is better than another. It simply means that life gives different situations to different people. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine two children. One child lives in a big house. She goes to a good school every day. She has books, toys, and healthy food. Her parents help her with her homework and support her dreams. Now imagine another child. He lives in a small home, or maybe no home at all. There is no good school nearby. His family has very little money. He may have to work instead of study. Sometimes he may not have enough food. These two children are the same age. They are both human. They both have dreams. But their lives are not the same. This is what the sentence means. Life is not the same for everyone. Let's look at another example. Think about two adults. One person has a stable job. They earn enough money. They can go to the doctor when they are sick. They can plan for the future. Another person works every day, but still struggles. They may worry about money all the time. They may not have access to good health care. They may live with stress and uncertainty. Again, both people are trying their best, but their lives are very different. We can also see this difference in health. Some people are born healthy and strong. They can walk, run, see, and hear easily. Other people are born with illnesses or disabilities. Simple daily tasks can be very difficult for them. Things that others never think about can be a big challenge. Health alone can completely change a person's life. Even the place where you are born matters. A person born in a peaceful country may never experience war. They may feel safe every day. Another person may grow up in a place with violence or conflict. They may live with fear, danger, and uncertainty. These differences are not choices. We do not choose where we are born. We do not choose our family or our starting point. That is why life is not the same for everyone. Now, take a moment to think about your own life. You have your own story, your own struggles, your own strengths. Maybe your life has been difficult. Maybe you have worked very hard to be where you are today. Or maybe you have things that others do not have. Neither makes you better or worse. It just means your path is different. This idea is not meant to make us feel sad. It is meant to help us understand. When we understand that life is different for everyone, we stop comparing ourselves too much with others. We stop asking, why is their life easier than mine? Or, why do they have more than me? Instead, we begin to see life more clearly. Some people walk on smooth roads. Others walk on rocky roads. But everyone is walking their own road. This understanding helps us become more patient, more kind, more human. So remember this simple sentence. Life is not the same for everyone. It is a small sentence, but it holds a big truth. And when we truly understand it, we begin to see the world and people in a new way. Now that we understand the meaning of the sentence, life is not the same for everyone. Let's talk more about what this looks like in real life. Every person in the world has a different life story. And with each life story comes different challenges. A challenge is something difficult that a person must deal with. Challenges can be big or small. They can last a short time or a long time. Because people live different lives, their challenges are also different. Let's start by talking about money. Some people have enough money to live comfortably. They can pay for food, housing, education, and health care without worry. They have choices. They can plan their future. Other people struggle with money every day. They may work long hours and still not earn enough. They may worry about rent, food, or medicine. For them, life is not about choice. It is about survival. This does not mean one person works harder than the other. It means their situations are different. Now, let's talk about where people live. Some people live in big cities. Cities often have schools, hospitals, public transport, and jobs. But city life can also be stressful, noisy, and fast. People may feel pressure, competition, and loneliness. Other people live in small towns or villages. Life may be quieter and slower. People may know and support each other more. But there may be fewer schools, fewer hospitals, and fewer job opportunities. So even though the places are different, both lives have challenges. Let's look at education. Some children grow up with good schools. They have books, computers, and trained teachers. They are encouraged to dream big and plan for the future. Other children do not have these things. Their schools may be far away or very poor. Sometimes they must stop studying to help their family. Their dreams may feel far away, not because they are not smart, but because they do not have support. This is a very important difference. Now think about work. Some people find jobs easily. They have contracts, stable income, and security. They can rest on weekends and plan holidays. Other people work every day, but still feel insecure. They may have temporary jobs or no job at all. They may worry about tomorrow. Uncertainty becomes part of their life. Health is another big challenge. Some people are healthy and strong. They can move freely and do daily tasks easily. Other people live with illness or disability. Simple things like walking, working, or studying can be very difficult. They may need help every day. These challenges are often invisible to others. Let me share a simple story. Imagine two girls. One girl wakes up in a comfortable home. She eats breakfast, goes to school, and comes home safely. After school, she studies or relaxes. Another girl wakes up early to help her family. She may walk a long distance to school. After school, she works again at home. Her day is long and tiring. Both girls are strong. Both are doing their best. But their challenges are not the same. The same is true for adults. Two people may have the same dream, but one must climb a mountain to reach it, while the other walks on a flat road. This does not make one person better. It only shows that life gives different challenges to different people. When we understand this, we stop judging others quickly. We stop saying, "If I can do it, you can do it too." Instead, we begin to ask, what challenges might this person be facing? This understanding helps us become more patient, more respectful, more kind. Everyone is fighting a battle we may not see. So remember this important idea. Different lives bring different challenges. And when we remember this, we treat people with more care, and we see the world with softer eyes. Now that we understand that life is not the same for everyone, and that different lives bring different challenges, let's ask an important question. Why is life different for people? Why do some people have easier lives, while others face more difficulties? Why do some people have many chances, while others have very few? These are big questions, but we can talk about them in a simple way. There are many reasons why life is different for people. Today, we will focus on 5 important ones: family, place, health, education, and opportunity. Life often begins with family. Some people are born into families with money, stability, and education. Their parents can give them food, safety, and support. They grow up feeling protected and confident. Other people are born into families that struggle. Their parents may work very hard, but still earn little. These children may grow up with stress and responsibility. Sometimes they must grow up too fast. No one chooses their family, but family can shape life in powerful ways. The place where you are born also matters. Some people are born in peaceful countries with good schools, hospitals, and safety. They have access to clean water, electricity, and public services. Other people are born in places with poverty, conflict, or political problems. There may be war, violence, or natural disasters. Daily life can be uncertain and dangerous. We do not choose where we are born, but this one fact can change everything. Health is another major reason life is different. Some people are born healthy and strong. They can study, work, and move freely. Other people are born with illnesses or disabilities. They may need medical care every day. Simple tasks can require extra effort. A healthy person may not think twice about walking to the store. For someone else, this same action may be very difficult. Health can shape a person's entire life. Education opens doors. When people can go to good schools, learn to read and think, and gain skills, they have more choices in life. But not everyone has access to education. Some children live far from schools. Some schools lack books, teachers, or electricity. Some children must stop studying to support their families. These differences in education create big differences in life. Finally, let's talk about opportunity. Opportunity means the chances a person has in life. Some people have many doors open. They can choose what to study, where to work, and how to live. Other people have very few choices. They must accept any job they can find. Sometimes they don't even know other options exist. Opportunities depend on many things: money, place, gender, social position, and even luck. When we look at family, place, health, education, and opportunity, we begin to understand why life is not equal for everyone. People do not start life from the same place. Some people begin far ahead. Others must work very hard just to reach the starting line. This does not mean success is impossible for those with difficult lives, but it does mean their path is harder and often longer. Understanding this helps us stop judging others. It helps us become more patient and more kind. When we meet someone who is struggling, we should remember that we do not know their full story. They may be doing their best with the little they have. Life gives different situations to different people, and when we understand this, we become better listeners, better learners, and better human beings. Now that we understand why life is different for people, let's talk about something very important: being thankful for what we have, and understanding the lives of others. These two ideas can change the way we see the world. They can also change the way we feel about our own life. Let's begin with being thankful. In English, we often use the word grateful. Grateful means feeling thankful for the good things in your life. Many people spend a lot of time looking at what they do not have. They compare their life to others. They see people with more money, more success, or more freedom. When we do this, we often feel sad, angry, or jealous. But here is something important to remember. Even if your life is not perfect, there is always something to be thankful for. Maybe you have a family who cares about you. Maybe you have food to eat today. Maybe you have a place to sleep. Maybe you have the chance to learn English. These things may seem small, but they are not small to everyone. Some people in the world wish they had what you have right now. Being thankful does not mean we stop wanting a better life. It does not mean we stop working or dreaming. It simply means we notice the good things we already have. When we practice gratitude, our mind becomes calmer. We feel less stress and more peace. Even saying one simple sentence can help. I am thankful for this day. I am thankful for my health. I am thankful for this moment. Gratitude is powerful, and everyone can practice it. Now let's talk about understanding others. Another word for this is empathy. Empathy means trying to understand how another person feels. It means imagining what life is like for them. When we have empathy, we do not judge people quickly. We stop saying things like, "He is lazy. She should try harder." Instead, we ask better questions. What might this person be going through? What challenges might they be facing? Let's think about a simple example. You see someone working a simple job, maybe as a cleaner, a driver, or a helper. At first, you may not think much about their life, but when you stop and think deeper, you realize they may work very long hours. They may support a family. They may never have had the chance to study. When we understand this, we begin to respect them more. That is empathy. Empathy helps us connect with people. It helps us become better friends, better family members, and better human beings. It reminds us that everyone carries invisible struggles. Some people smile, but inside they are tired or sad. Some people are quiet, but inside they are strong and brave. We never know someone's full story, so kindness is always a good choice. Gratitude and empathy work best together. When we are thankful for our own life, we feel more peaceful. When we understand others, we feel more connected. These two qualities make our heart softer and our mind clearer. They also change how we act. A thankful person is more likely to help others. An empathetic person speaks more kindly. They listen more. They judge less. Small actions matter. A kind word, a patient moment, a helping hand. These small things can make a big difference in someone's day. So next time life feels unfair, stop for a moment. Take a breath. Ask yourself, what is one thing I am thankful for today? What might other people be dealing with right now? These simple questions can change your thinking. They can also change how you treat others. Remember this: we may not all live the same life, but we can all choose to be more thankful, more understanding, and more kind. And when we do that, the world becomes a little better, one person at a time. Now that we have talked about how life is different for everyone, and how being thankful and understanding others can help us, let's ask one more question. What can we learn from all of this? What lessons can we take into our own lives? How can these ideas help us grow as people and as English learners? Let's explore some important lessons together. The first lesson is simple but powerful. Stop comparing your life to others. It is easy to look at someone else and feel bad. Maybe they have more money, more success, or more freedom. Maybe their life looks perfect from the outside. But remember what we learned. Everyone has a different story. Everyone faces different challenges. You may not know their struggles, and they may not know yours. Instead of comparing, focus on your own journey. Focus on your own growth, your own choices, and your own efforts. This brings peace and confidence. Life may not always be fair. Some people have more chances than others. Some people are lucky, and some are not. But here is the important part. You can still choose how you react. You can choose to be kind, even when life is hard. You can choose to help others, even if you have little to give. Kindness does not need money. It only needs a good heart. Understanding that life is not the same for everyone makes it easier to be patient, gentle, and caring. When we understand that life can be difficult for some people, we begin to notice the good things in our own life. Maybe you have food to eat, a home to sleep in, health, family, friends, or the chance to learn English. Even small things matter. When we are thankful, we feel more content, more positive, and more peaceful. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. It helps us enjoy the present instead of always wanting more. Sometimes we see people struggling and think they are weak, but that is not true. Many people are strong in ways we cannot see. A mother raising children alone. A student studying by candlelight. A person working hard to support their family. These people show courage, patience, and strength every day. Respect the effort, not just the result. We cannot always fix the world. We cannot solve every problem, but we can do small things with care and love. A kind word, a helping hand, a moment of patience. Small actions make a difference. And when we do them again and again, they become part of who we are. These lessons are not just for learning English. They are for everyday life. If you are a student, these lessons help you understand your classmates. If you work with a team, they help you respect your coworkers. If you are learning in a new country, they help you connect with people. By practicing kindness, gratitude, and understanding, you grow emotionally, socially, and mentally. So, after all of this, ask yourself, what can I do today to be more thankful? Who can I understand better? How can I be a little kinder, even when life is hard? These are simple questions, but they can guide your actions and your thinking every day from one simple idea. Life is not the same for everyone. We can learn many important lessons. Don't compare yourself to others. Be kind, even when life is unfair. Practice gratitude for what you have. Respect others' strength. Remember that small actions matter. When we understand this, we live with more heart, more care, and more understanding. And these lessons make our life and the world a little better every day. We have talked about life being different for everyone and the lessons we can learn from this idea. Now, let's focus on something very simple, but very powerful: small things. In life, it is easy to think that only big actions make a difference. We may feel that we cannot help the world because we are too small or too busy. But the truth is, small actions matter more than we often realize. A smile, a kind word, a helping hand, a moment of patience. These are small things, and yet they can make someone's day better. They can bring hope, comfort, or joy. Even tiny acts of kindness can grow. One small action can inspire another, and slowly it can create a positive change in someone's life, or even in a community. Let's think about real-life examples. Holding the door open for someone, saying thank you to a friend or a coworker, listening to someone who is feeling sad, sharing food, a book, or a useful idea. These are very small actions, yet they show care, respect, and understanding, and they make the world a kinder place. Small actions teach us something very important. We do not need to wait to do big things. We do not need money, power, or fame to make a difference. We only need a good heart and attention to the world around us. When we act kindly, even in small ways, we start to notice the positive impact we can have. And that feeling gives us confidence and joy. Think about today. What small thing can you do to help someone? It could be helping a classmate, writing a kind message, or simply smiling at someone. Do one small thing, then another, and notice how it makes you feel, and how it makes others feel. Over time, small actions create habits. Habits create character, and character shapes the kind of person you become. Remember, life may not be the same for everyone, but everyone can do small things to make life better. Small things are powerful. They grow into bigger things, and they make us more human, more caring, more understanding, and more connected. We have talked about small things and how even simple actions can make a difference. Now, let's think about how change happens. It happens one person at a time. Sometimes, the world can feel big and complicated. Problems may seem too large for one person to solve. But here is an important truth. You do not need to change the whole world at once. You only need to focus on one person, one action, one step at a time, helping one person, listening to one person, being kind to one person. Each small action matters. Each small action creates a ripple that spreads further than you can see. Think of it like this. You throw a small stone into a pond. The stone is small, but the ripples reach far. Your small acts of kindness work the same way. Helping one person may inspire them to help another. Your smile may brighten someone's day, and that person may spread kindness to someone else. One small action can grow into a big impact. When we focus on one person at a time, life becomes simpler and more meaningful. We do not need to solve every problem at once. We do not need to fix everyone's life. We just need to do our best in each moment with each person we meet. This approach teaches patience, understanding, and focus. It also reminds us that every person matters. Even if the world feels unfair, we can make a difference in the life of one person today. Ask yourself today, who can I help today? Who can I listen to today? Who can I make feel a little better today? It does not need to be something big. Even a small gesture counts. When we help one person at a time, we are building a better world, step by step, action by action, heart by heart. Life may not be the same for everyone. We may not have control over every challenge, but we can make a difference. And that difference begins with one person at a time. Each act of kindness, each moment of understanding, each small thing we do makes the world a little brighter, a little better, and a little more human. We have come to the end of today's episode. Let's take a moment to review everything we talked about. Reviewing helps us remember better and understand more deeply. We began by understanding a simple but powerful sentence. Life is not the same for everyone. Every person has a different life, different problems, different chances, different experiences. Some people live in rich cities, others in small villages. Some people are born into wealthy families, others into poverty. Some people are healthy, others face illness. No two lives are exactly the same, and that is okay. We learned that life brings different challenges for different people. Some have more opportunities, some have fewer. Some face easy roads, others difficult ones. Even simple things, like where you are born or your health, can shape your life in big ways. Understanding this helps us become more patient, kind, and thoughtful. We explored the reasons behind these differences. Family background. Some children grow up with support, others must grow up fast. Place and environment. Peaceful countries versus countries with conflict or poverty. Health. Strong or healthy versus sick or disabled. Education. Good schools and learning opportunities versus limited access. Opportunities. Doors that are open versus doors that are closed. Knowing these reasons helps us understand that life is not fair for everyone and that each person's journey is unique. We learn two powerful tools to make life better. Gratitude, being thankful for what we have, even small things. Empathy, trying to understand what life is like for other people. When we combine gratitude and empathy, we become calmer, kinder, and more connected to the world around us. We saw that small actions can make a big difference. A kind word, a smile, or helping someone in a small way can change someone's day or even inspire them to help others. Small things add up. They shape habits, character, and even the world. Finally, we learn the power of focusing on one person at a time. We do not need to solve the whole world's problems. We only need to help one person, one action, one step at a time. This approach makes life simpler, more meaningful, and more human. From today's episode, here is what we can take with us. Life is different for everyone. Challenges are not the same for all people. Understanding why life is different makes us kinder. Small things matter. One person at a time, we can make a difference. Gratitude and empathy make our life richer and our world better. Before we finish, here is a simple question to think about, or to say in English. What is one small thing I can do today to help someone or make my life better? Think about it, speak it, or even write it down. This is a perfect way to practice English and to practice kindness at the same time.